everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with my haul from ALA D.C. Let's jump right into it. Today I legitimately just got back from ALA in DC. I got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, put on makeup, drove 2.5 hours to DC this morning, and met up with Chelsea from Chelsea Palmer, and we went to ALA D.C., which is the American Library Association event where I did have to buy a ticket in. I did have to say that I was a booktuber, book reviewer, not a librarian, and then you get access to the exhibit floor. There are also tons of rooms with panels and discussions. I did not have access to those, but I did have access to the exhibiting floor, which does have a ton of different publishers. There was some differences to BEA and BookCon. There was a lot of educational resources that are just not things that you find at BEA. So there was some crossover and then a lot of different publishing houses, imprints, etc. that were there today. Also, between BEA and ALA, they did swap out ARCs. There were different ARCs, there were different books available, which was kind of neat. There were one or two instances where I ran into booths and they said, they're only for librarians, and I was like, I understand that. I know it's a library event, but I paid for a ticket to have access to the exhibitors, and they said, we're sorry, it's only for librarians. And that was at like a larger imprint too. I forget which one. Anyway, they gave me one book and that was it, which is fine. I get it. I know it's for libraries, but like, I also bought a ticket, so there's that. But in general, the differences are, there's booths and they're set up. There were some where you could go in and you could ask for like a book. There were some where you could go in and ask for like one or two books. Some where that you would just say, hey, I'm interested in XYZ. As long as they had them still there, you got them. It wasn't really like drops. There were some where they said, we don't have them today, but we'll have them tomorrow. And I only went for Saturday. I didn't go Saturday, Sunday. So there were some books I wasn't able to get access to. Again, just coming from BEA and BookCon, I don't really need books, but there were books that I didn't get at BEA that I was still interested in that I was able to pick up today, as well as a lot of other ones. So for today, I picked up some stuff that was still on my radar, but I hadn't gotten yet. There was stuff that I picked up that were for children, either the kids I nanny for, nieces, nephews, etc. Some indies, just in general. I got a lot of books, guys. I have this giant ALA tote bag that is full of books, as well as a giant, not a giant, but like the carry-on rolling suitcase right next to me here that is 100% full of books. I had to pretty much sit on it to get it closed. It's full. It's full and it's heavy. And then the spillover was this giant bag. So we're just gonna dive in. I don't know the order to a lot of this, and I may not know synopsises for a lot of these. I got a lot of graphic novels. I have absolutely zero clue about a number for this haul. I have no clue. It was really cool. I was able to see Jane from It's Jane Lindsay was there, which was really nice to catch up with her. Saw a couple subscribers, a couple people that watch my videos, so thank you if you said hi to me. And then just spending the day with Chelsea was really cool. We kind of had the same books that were on our radar that we wanted to get to. One of the books that I was really hoping for was The Night Country, which was the Melissa Albert sequel to the Hazelwood. That arc is still not in existence, so it didn't happen. I have some graphic novel samplers here. I have The Bugle Boy by Alexander Clarice. We have, oh gosh, there's stickers falling out. Aldo, which I might just send to Chelsea because it's adorable. I have to figure out what this one's about. We have Anastasia. And we have Just Enough. So I'm going to take a look at these. I don't really know anything about them. But those were international graphic novels. So it was a graphic novel imprint that was only European graphic novels. So it was pretty interesting. I have a nonfiction book. This is Bugs in Danger Are Vanishing Bees, Butterflies, and Beetles. This one is a middle grade, and I picked this one up for the little boy that I nanny for because I think he's going to love that. I picked up Birthday Girl by Melissa De La Cruz. This is one that I had interest in at BEA and I wasn't able to get it. This one is about I believe like a 40-year-old, and she has a birthday party. Things from her past pop back up again. It looks very like It on the cover. I don't really know too much about it. Melissa De La Cruz is an author that I've read her YA stuff. I've never read adult stuff by her. I have 2 of these because Amber was actually interested in this at BEA as well, and I'm going to see Amber at the end of July. So Amber is getting one of these. I got The Memory Thief. This one is by Lauren Manzi. This one is one that, again, I was interested in at BEA and I wasn't able to get. This one is, I believe they use memories like currency, and 17-year-old is desperate to live outside the corrupt culture, grapples with the guilt of an accident that left her mother bedridden in a city's asylum when they threaten to put her mom up for auction. She has to rescue her mother. She has to steal a memorized map of the maze, a formidable prison created by the bloodthirsty ruler of a neighboring realm. So she sets out on a journey in which she faces a startling attacks, unexpected romance, and above all, her own past in order to set things right in her world. I'm excited to see what this one's all about. Plus the cover is just really gorgeous. So I picked that one up for myself. We Walked the Sky, which is like a generational circus story about tightrope walkers. This is one that Chelsea was really interested in. And I want to say Chelsea, you guys are probably going to assume Chelsea Dowling. It's Chelsea Palmer. I'll have her listed down below. This one is a 1965, so like somewhat historical story. She actually really wanted this, and because I was standing with her, the guy just like handed me one, so I took it. What Makes Us, this is one that was from Candlewick, and they had actually emailed me and asked me if I wanted a copy, and I didn't respond to them because I have so many. But then when I went there, I was like, hey, I'm relatively interested in this. It's gorgeous, so I am thinking about it. This one is a viral video that reveals a teen boy's dark family history, leaving him to reckon with his heritage, legacy, and identity in this fiery conversation-starting novel. Then I picked up this guy. This is book 2 of a series. This is huge. It is so weighty. Look at this like crazy hulking fae dude. This one, it's a sequel. I don't know when I'm going to read the first one. The Grey Bastards, a sequel to The Grey Bastards, irresistibly swashbuckling, swaggering, foul-mouthed fantasy. Saddle up the war boar and set off on a wild, gory thrill ride that ends in an awesome climax and begs for a sequel. Non-stop action, not for the faint of heart. Dirty, blood-soaked gem of a novel. Mad Max set in Tolkien's Middle-earth, powered by unparalleled world-building, polished storytelling, and relentless pace. It sounds amazing, but I still need to read the first book, but I now have the second book, which comes out in October. That's the thing I have now. Also in here, I have Mary Lou is Everywhere. This one got me. This one is by Sarah Elaine Smith, and this one was by Jonathan French. This one got me for one reason. It says, immediately, 14-year-old Cindy and her 2 older brothers live in rural Pennsylvania in a house with occasional electricity, 2 fierce dogs, 1 book, and a mother who comes and goes for months at a time. Deprived of adult supervision, the siblings rely on one another for nourishments of all kind. Her brothers take on new responsibilities for her care. The shadow of danger looms larger, and the status quo no longer seems tolerable. It's a powerful, propulsive portrait of an overlooked girl who finds for the first time that her choices matter. Rural Pennsylvania, which is, I mean, I'm from the suburbs of Pennsylvania. I was just pretty into this one. It seemed like it was pretty cool. A haunting novel about craving escape so badly you're willing to erase yourself by a writer I'd follow anywhere. It seemed really neat, so I picked it up. Then we have a couple of signed books, because they did have signings, in-booth signings, and autograph table signings. So the first one is Spellslinger by Sebastian de Castell, who was incredibly pleasant. I walked up, he made it out to me, and there was like 2 Julies next to him, which never happens. Julies aren't a thing that you find in the wild. It says, for Julie, magic is a con game. So this is book 1 of his series. I believe there's more than that out. This is an Orbit book. I don't know anything about this, but he was signing and I went, sure. This was the last thing we did before we left for the day. He's facing his first duel and proving his worth as a spellcaster. One problem, his magic is fading. Facing exile unless he passes the mage trials, he's willing to risk everything, even his own life, in search of a way to restore his magic. And then I got this chunky book. Ruta Sepetys has a new historical novel. Julie, you don't like historical novels. I know, but I do like Ruta Sepetys' writing. So this is The Fountains of Silence, and this one is set in Madrid, I want to say. This one comes out in October. It is a chunky monkey. In Madrid, Spain, in 1957, height of General Francisco Franco's regime, we follow 4 main characters as they attempt to shake off the shackles of their past and make their own future. and she signed that one for me. So I was able to get that. Also in here, let's see what else we have. I have this super, super cute like straw bag that says Fresh Picks Sweet Summer Reads. It is adorable. Like, it's like legitimately, it's really, really cute. So super happy I got that. Charlotte's Web tote that is now read by Meryl Streep. Does the audiobook for that. So I have that tote bag. We need Diverse Books pin. This is Me, Myself, They. And this one is an Own Voices trans non-binary novel. I believe it's a memoir. Me, Myself, and They, Life Beyond the Binary chronicles Joshua's extraordinary story of transformation to become the celebrated non-binary filmmaker, writer, and advocate for trans rights they are today. Beginning with their birth and early childhood years of gender creativity, recounts the complex, often challenging evolution of their identity, including traumatizing experiences with gender conversion therapy, bullying, depression, sexual assault, and violent physical assault. I have a feeling it's going to be difficult to read at times, but I am excited that I have that. So that's it for that bag. 10 books and a couple of graphic novel samplers. Oh my god, I can't open it. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Okay, here we go. In here, we have a lot more books. We have Home and Away by Candace Montgomery, a stunning tapestry of texture and culture. I didn't want it to end. This one is Tasia is young, black, and fabulous. She's a senior. She's got great friends, supportive family, a supportive, wealthy family. She catches her mom trying to stuff a mysterious box in the closet. Her identity is suddenly called into question. I don't know very much about this, but I picked that one up. By Any Means Necessary, a novel also by Candace Montgomery. These were just sitting in the same area. On the day Tori officially becomes a college freshman, he gets a call that might force him to drop out before he's even made it through orientation. The bank is foreclosing on the farm his Uncle Miles left him. He would love to leave behind the neighborhood that holds so many bad memories, but he can't let someone gentrify his uncle's legacy without a fight. Then we picked up this, which is Limelight by Sally Raphael. This was written by a 13-year-old in slam poetry form. Then we got Snug Harbor Stories by Will Henry, Wallace the Brave collection. This one is a really cute graphic novel that I picked up for the kids that I nanny for. Santa's Puppy by Katherine Hapka, again, for the kids I nanny for. And I also picked up Best Babysitters, The Good, the Bad, and the Bossy. This one, again, is for the kids I nanny for. This one is by Carolyn Calla, and this is a regular chapter book, not a graphic novel. What did I get for myself? So much more, y'all. So much. I got some graphic novels in here. I have a graphic novel sampler of Little Bird, which looks like it could be pretty cool. I have a graphic novel sampler of Witchy, a graphic novel sampler of Digital Detective. I also have a sampler of Curse Words, which looks like it could be interesting. Then I got a Sheets story. So this is an add-on to the Sheets graphic novel. And Amber was just saying that she really wanted to get this, that we had given this one away when we got them at BEA because we thought that they were actually just like excerpts from Sheets, but this is actually a companion story. So I picked this up for her. And Mooncakes is on the back. I just finished Mooncakes and it was really, really cute. So I got one for me and one for Amber. So let's get into some novels, because I have a lot. Oh no, hold on. The Stars We Steal by Alexa Dunn. I follow Alexa Dunn on YouTube for her AuthorTube content, and I'm kind of here for it. A twisty ride full of secrets and betrayals. This one is The Bachelorette Goes to Space in this gripping story of a young girl caught in a world of royal intrigue and romance. Interesting. We will see. Heartstrings and Other Breakable Things by Jacqueline Firkins. This one comes out in December, and I know nothing about it except it looked adorable. And the main character's name is Edie, and my niece's name is Edie, and I was immediately drawn to it. So I picked that up. I don't know anything about it. Then I got this one, Thanalai, I believe. This is Butterfly Yellow, and I think that this one, she was saying that like the author is just amazing. The girl like really sold me on this book. In the final days of the Vietnam War, Hang takes her little brother, Lin, to the airport, desperate to find a way to safety in America. In a split second, Lin is gone, and Hang is left behind in a war-torn country. 6 years later, they have made the brutal journey from Vietnam and is now in Texas as a refugee. Then I got Our Year in Love and Parties, which is told in 4 different vignettes of different parties. I think it's like the same couple at different parties. 2 friends who have the potential to be something more. 4 nights of epic partying that will see them through their highs and lows. 1 year that will change everything. Poignant, funny, romantic, and wise. Erica and Tucker, 2 teens trying to figure out how to forgive themselves for what happened yesterday, live in the moment, and let the rest be a problem for tomorrow. Then I got Miranda Acevedo's A Constellation of Roses. I have The Deepest Roots. I haven't read The Deepest Roots yet, but this is stunning. This comes out in November, and I don't know anything about it other than the fact that Miranda wrote it, and I wanted to read it. But this says, ever since her mother walked out, Trix has been determined to make it on her own, but even her near magical gift for pulling valuables off of unsuspecting strangers can't keep her going forever. When she gets caught, she's sent to live with her long-lost relative in the tiny town of Roxall, Kansas. She doesn't plan to stick around, but there's something special about the McCabe women. They have a talent like her own that defy explanation. Pies that cure all ills, palm reading that never misses the mark, and knowledge of secrets that have never been told. She believes she starts to feel like she might have finally found a home, but when her past comes back to haunt her, she must decide whether to take a chance on a new life or keep running from the one she's always known. Then I got The Map from Here to There by Emery Lord. I'm currently reading The Start of Me and You, and this is the sequel to that book. Sorry guys, my camera overheated, but while it did, I was able to count, and I have 54 books in this haul. Not including the samplers of graphic novels, only the full-size graphic novels. So I was talking about The Map from Here to There, and that is by Emery Lord. This is the sequel to The Start of Me and You, which is right here. I am partway through that, reading that for Summerathon, and this is a sequel. I am enjoying this, so I'm hoping I really enjoy that as well. Time will tell. Emmeline, Knight in Training. This is a young graphic novel, and this one actually is about a girl who is dyslexic, I believe, and has like a learning disability, and she has to read and learn to read in order to save her friends who are captured. And I believe they even said that the font, the way that it's written in here, is better for those that have problems with reading. This font is actually really easy for them to read, or better for them to read, which was really cool. I also got Unplugged and Unpopular, another graphic novel. This one is a middle grade, and I picked this one up for the kids that I nanny for as well. I also picked up Feathers, The Ghost in the Maze. This is a spooky Scotty Young, right up my alley, he said. This is a debut graphic novel from Russ Manning. A Girl in the Himalayas by David Jesus Vignoli. This one was an Own Voices, really, really cool. Like, the way that they sold it was really neat. And of course now I'm forgetting because I've heard so many pitches for books. But this has a very simple art style, but they said a really, really poignant message about people coming into like indigenous areas and what that does to the indigenous there. And I'm really excited to read that. I picked up Chain of Gold, Cassandra Clare, The Last Hour, Book 1, Shadowhunters novel, sneak peek. I don't know, guys. I have that now, though. I have Lumberjanes, The Infernal Compass. I am not caught up on Lumberjanes, and I don't know if this is one that I need to be caught up on before I read it. But I do enjoy Lumberjanes, so that's something that I own. Chris, The Gift of Wrath. This is a dark fantasy young adult graphic novel about a conquering kingdom of Darkovia. R.L. Stein, I have Just Beyond. I'm kind of excited. I think this one might go to my nephew. Ronan Island, and the author was there, and I got that signed. It's just a sampler. I got Bury the Lead by Claire Rowe. This one is a Smexy Time book. Dead husband, missing son, and the wife will only talk to one person. This one is an adult one, I believe, for mature readers. So we're gonna see what this one has in store. I think it's a dark one. That's sex. That's boobs. That's boobs and boobs. I got Hex Vet, Witches in Training, about 2 young witches that want to be the best vets. This is really sweet, and I actually saw it. I think this is a middle grade. I saw this and looked at Chelsea, and I was like, you're gonna need that, which is pretty cool. And then I also picked up Ben 10 graphic novel for the kids that I nanny for. as well as Pandora's Legacy. This one is about kids who realize that they're all offspring of Pandora, I believe, and then magical quests ensue. Midas, this is a sci-fi middle grade, or YA, I think it's middle grade, sci-fi middle grade in space, but everything you touch turns to gold, a la Midas. This stack is so high over here. Then I have a giant stack on the floor over here of actual novels. That was the rest of the graphic novels. So now we're just into actual novels. I'm gonna bring a stack up onto my lap. I got Scavenge the Stars. This is one that I wanted at BEA, but I was at a HarperCollins event and I was not able to get this, but I love Terra Sim and I'm really excited to have this. This one was a Disney Hyperion, and this one is Amaya rescues a mysterious stranger from drowning. She fears her rash actions have earned her a longer sentence on the debtor ship where she's been held captive for years. Instead, the man she saves offers her unimaginable riches and a new identity, setting her off on a perilous course through the coastal city-state of Moray, where old world opulence and desperate gamblers collide. This is the first novel in an epic YA fantasy duology, perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas, Saba Tahir, and Lee Bardugo. I'm here for this in a big way, and I really did want that. Speaking of another one that I really, really wanted, I wanted The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd-Jones, and I have it now. This cover is stunning, and this one is the death of her parents. Rin has been scraping together a meager existence as a gravedigger in a remote village at the foot of the harsh and deadly mountain range that was once home to the Fae. Do you need to know more? I don't. I was in. I got I'm Not Dying With You Tonight. This one is by Gilly Segal and Kimberly Jones. They are at a Friday night football game. Something happens. They escape together and have to try to like survive the night. Chaos born from violence and hate. They are unexpectedly thrown together and have to survive the night. So I have a feeling this one's going to be difficult, but also pretty amazing, hopefully. I was able to get my hands on Katie Rose Poole's There Will Come a Darkness. This is a debut novel, and this one was all over BEA, and I wasn't able to pick it up there. Really excited that I was able to get it at ALA. This one is 7 prophets, and you don't know which one will save the world, which one will end the world, and they're all trying to work towards hopefully saving the world. There is a prince exiled from his kingdom, a ruthless killer known as the Pale Hand, a once faithful leader torn from between duty and his heart, a reckless gambler with the power to find anything or anyone, a dying girl on the verge of giving up. One of them or all of them could break the world. Will they be savior or destroyer? I'm really excited about that one. Another stack. I got The Babysitter's Coven. This one is by Kate Williams, rather. I needed to know nothing more than jean jacket, coven, and babysitters club-ish vibes. I'm pretty into this one. This one is out in September. I was finally able to get my hands on All the Bad Apples by Moira Foley Doyle. This one is a witchy vibe book, I'm assuming, just like Spellbook of the Lost and Found, which is one of my favorite books. It's right back there. This one comes out in August, so I will be reading this very soon. Dina comes out on her 17th birthday to her family. Her wild older sister Mandy is seen jumping from a cliff. The family is devastated but not surprised. They've been troubled. Bad apples, their father calls them. Mandy was the baddest of them all. Dina starts to receive letters from Mandy about a curse she believes is responsible for their family's blighted past. In a desperate cross-country hunt for her sister, guided only by Mandy's letters that mysteriously appear along the way, Dina must visit the most harrowing sights in her family's past, never knowing if she'll find her sister dead or alive. Sounds like Moira and her writing style, and I'm about it. Also picked up The OK Witch by Emma Steinkulner. I don't even know. Witchy little middle grade graphic novel that I think the kids at I-94 are going to love, so I picked that up. Also picked up His Hideous Heart, 13 of YA's most celebrated names, reimagine Edgar Allan Poe's most surprising, unsettling, and popular tales for a new generation. This one has Tiffany D. Jackson, Rin Chapecco, Emily Lloyd-Jones, Kendara Blake, Tessa Gratton. A whole bunch of people in this one. I'm pretty excited to see Poe reimagined. I don't really know what it's going to be like, but I have high hopes. And then I picked up Bridget Kemmerer's Call It What You Want. This one comes out June 25th. So this one is a dad caught embezzling funds from half the town. Rob goes from popular lacrosse player to social pariah. How about words? His father's failed suicide attempt leaves Rob and his mother responsible for his care. Seems like it's going to be pretty intense. Bridget Kemmerer tends to write some intense topics into her stories, but I am really excited for that one. We have the last stack here. First up, his Brave Face. This is Sean David Hutchinson's memoir, I believe. How I Survived Growing Up, Coming Out, and Depression. I enjoy Sean David Hutchinson. That was there, so I picked that one up. Also, my copy of Birthday Girl by Melissa De La Cruz, which we already talked about. Then I picked up Rage by Cora McCormack. I don't know why I always say Cora McCormack, and it's not at all. It's just Cora Carmack. I have not read Roar yet, but I have it on my shelves and I want to, so now I have Rage, which comes out in August. I picked up The Infinite Noise, which I am actually really excited about. This one is about a football player. He's a champion running back who develops the ability to experience the emotions of everybody around him. He's an empath, and his therapist is used to patients like him, patients with enhanced abilities, atypicals, and she encourages him to explore his connection with a classmate, Adam, whose emotions feel right. So this one comes out in September, and it is a diverse read, and I'm pretty excited for that one. This one is actor and LGBTQIA+ advocate Nico's narrative investigation of love, sex, gender addiction, comma addiction, not gender addiction. Love, sex, gender, addiction, family, fame, and fluidity through the lens of a non-binary identity. So I'm pretty excited for that one as well. Then I picked up Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland. This is one that I saw a lot in hauls from BEA, but actually didn't see at BEA personally. And now I have this one. So it says, everybody has a soul. Some souls are beautiful gardens, others are frightening dungeons. Soul walkers like Kamai and her mother can journey into other people's souls while they sleep, but no matter where she visits, she sees the black door. It follows her into every soul, and her mother has told her to never open it. When she touches the door, it is warm and beating like it has a pulse. When she puts her ear to it, she hears her own name whispered from the other side, and when tragedy strikes, she does the unthinkable and opens the door. This is an imaginative, dark fantasy featuring court intrigue and romance, a main character coming to terms with her asexuality, and twists and turns as a seductive mystery unfolds that endangers not just her own soul, but an entire kingdom. I picked up Wilder Girls, which comes out really soon, but the cover is just too cool. I'm really excited about this one. It's dark, it's twisted. I'm about it. They told us wait and stay alive, and we thought it would be easy. Yes, please. I got Nick Stone's Jackpot. So this is about Rico, who is responsible for her younger brother and then sells a winning lottery ticket. And do things change for her? I think they might. The Good Luck Girls, which has a cover now. I believe the ARCs for BEA didn't actually have like this cover on it. This cover is newer, but I'm pretty excited about this one. This one says, Sisters by Chance, Outlaws by Choice, Aster the Protector, Violet the Favorite, Tansy the Medic, Mallow the Fighter, and Clementine the Catalyst. I've heard really good things about this, and it's a dust-filled bloody fairy tale. The price of freedom is high, but it's worth fighting for at all costs. And last up is Phil Stamper's The Gravity of Us, which is one that I really wanted at BEA and wasn't able to get. This one comes out February 4th of 2020. This one is a Mau love story, I believe. It's just a whole lot of praise. Like, all of this is praise. I do know the synopsis. I read it before BEA and now I forget it, but this was on my like to get list. I walked away from BookCon and BEA with 48, 49, maybe 50 books. This is 54 with graphic novels. It's a lot. I will say they're much different beasts. This was a lot less stressful than BEA. There was a lot less lines. I stood in line for 2 of these books. There was a lot more just walk up and get, which was really, really nice. And there were still some vendors. It was really organized. Nothing was chaotic. It worked. It was really nice. Like, you went up and said, hey, I'm interested in like XYZ and ABC, and they said, we're out of B, but here's everything else, and you walked away. It was an overall really enjoyable experience. I had a great day. That's what I came away with. So that was my ALA experience. I will be going to ALA in Philly in midwinter because it will be here in my area. It does travel around. I'm really excited to go again because it was a really great time, and I think it was a lot less stressful than BEA. I got there at 9, we left at 3:30, and that's what I walked away with. And there was a lot more that was coming out tomorrow that I just won't be there for. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead, give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I'll see all of you in my next one. Bye, guys.